That's really case first. Into the red corner. Makes a noise for Nick Hayes.
Now, Nick Hayes is, he was 4-2 as an amateur, 0-1 as a pro. His pro debut is against David Kalsa, and it was a huge favourite and doing very, very well. And then one of those Kalsa bombs caught him on the chin, and it was a huge shock to everyone in attendance. You know, the skills of Nick Hayes, he went into that fight such a big favourite, but David Kalsa got him out of there. And I know Nick Hayes has gone away, he's changed things up, he's perfecting everything. He told me now as a nutritionist, a masseuse, he's acting like a complete professional in every aspect of his training, and he's even gone vegan.
What?
Vegan.
He's gone vegan?
Vegan.
All right, cool. I hope, well, we're about to see the test of that in a moment. I think, and I have a little theory about Nick Hayes' pro debut, is that he didn't quite shake off this amateur approach, and by that I mean, a lot of times when you've gone through the amateur ranks and you've been as successful as Nick Hayes has, you almost feel unstoppable. And he was going up against David Kalsa, who was on a skid. He was on a losing streak, and he thought maybe I could keep my chin up and just play around a bit. Kalsa's always coming with bad intentions, and I think he learned that lesson. In the professional ranks, you're looking to take from each other. We all, you know, friends and, you know, shake hands and cuddle afterwards and whatever. I'm more of the Roy Keane approach to this. Honestly, you're all enemies, and they're trying to take, you both have the same dream, and only one person can take that dream. And that dream is getting a number beside your name and a victory in the win column. So we've got Nick Hayes tonight. This is another 70 kilo fight. So we just had Will Jones out of Renegade, another huge gym, get the victory. It'd be awesome to see Renegade against BST in the lightweight division in the future, but Nick Hayes has got to step up to this challenge right now, and he's certainly got no slouch in Norway's Patrick Bright coming through. Nick Hayes looks good.
As a muscly vegan.
And the nomination is into the blue corner. Makes a noise for Patrick Bright.
Patrick Bright coming out. Patrick, he's also 0-1, so this is interesting, you know. Both of them decided to go pro, and then straight out the gates on that first pro debut, had a little bit of, like you say, Steve, that transition from amateur to pro, from cutting a little bit more weight, those longer rounds, the different rule set, and those 4-ounce gloves, it just changes the game so much. And Patrick Bright, just like Nick Hayes, came in, went 0-1, and wants to get back in that win column and pursue those dreams of being one of the greatest fighters on the planet.
Yeah, you got to take a step in that right direction. That could be what happens. Oh, here he comes.
Now, I will say about Patrick Bright, even as an amateur, all his wins came by decision. Didn't seem to be a particular knockout artist. He might prove me wrong tonight, but a grinder with a great gas tank.
And we know those make a big difference in the professional ranks because of these longer rounds. Any moment, any lapse in focus can be somebody else's moment to win it. Even just to collect the rounds. Both, as you said, both fighters 0-1 at the moment. Somebody's 0 is going to go, and it's going to be going in a positive way. Somebody's going to have to leave 0-2, which is an even bigger hole to dig yourself out of. So both of them are taking a big risk tonight. Both of them, like you're saying, trying to take a step in the direction of their dream.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have a great amateur career, then you go pro. If you end up going 0-2, especially both these fighters are from great teams, they can't turn around and be like, oh, I don't have the right training partners, don't have the right coaches, because they do. So then you've got to take a hard look at yourself, think about what you're doing, how you're dedicating yourself to this sport, because it is a brutal sport and it's designed for the winners.
Patrick Bright might think this is a shouting match.
Introducing first a fighter in the red corner, weighing 70.5 kilograms, representing BST Academy, makes a noise for Nick Hayes. And the corner fighter in the blue corner, weighing 70.7 kilograms, representing Highland Combat Academy, makes a noise for Patrick
So you have Hayes in the red and black, Bright in the white and black. Here we go.
Just a clarification of instructions there from Alan Jackson. Here we go. Hands up high for Bright. Nick Hayes coming in to establish the jab early. Oh, a big left hand lands.
Not another time for Nick Hayes.
And now Bright is swarming on him. Hayes doing well to recover.
Nick
he
Hayes,
inverts, but he has
he's taking the leg, Steve. He's got the
big slams
honey.
are coming behind that ear. Huge hammer fists are raining down on the head of Nick Hayes. He's trying to stay composed and go in for that false reap position.
Nick Hayes is eating a lot of headshots just to try and get this leg lock position. We saw this Gary Tonin fighting last week. So high risk sometimes entering some of these leg lace positions. Wow.
Now Nick Hayes is
thunderous
covering up, but I think Bright has got him really, really hurt here. Bright might try to change to a guillotine or something of the sort, but he doesn't have to here. He's got Hayes really, really hurt. He hits him again and sits him down.
Hayes looking out on his feet. This is not what Hayes wanted.
And now I think Bright might be looking for a guillotine, but I wouldn't say do that, man. I'd say stand up or elbow her. Hayes is on the leg and gets the takedown, might get a bit of a reprieve.
Oh wow, then what a comeback this would be if Nick Hayes could get on top and do some damage. He looks so strong. Wobbly. This is what Nick Hayes needs to do now. He needs to take his time, use this opportunity to get his wits about him.
Just settle in for a little bit maybe, but Bright has the advantage that Nick Hayes isn't all there at the moment. He's just fighting off instinct probably.
Look at this
and what instinct
grappling
it is
from Nick Hayes. Almost a leg lock kind of dog bar position, or this is the kind of work we see from Khabib. Wraps the leg, and then it makes it very difficult for you to stand up, because Bright needs to be able to bend his left leg to be able to get back to his feet. Now Nick Hayes trying to come through with his left arm and grab Bright's left wrist. And that's going to make it very hard for Bright to get out of here.
Bright trying to cage walk now.
Yeah, Bright would love to get back to his feet, but Nick Hayes having none of it. 2 minutes 40 left. We've had 3 fights on our pro card. Not a single one has gone out the first round so far. And this looked like it wasn't, but we're seeing such a recovery from Nick Hayes. Such composure under pressure.
He was hit very hard twice with those right hands, and Bright probably just making the mistake of choosing a different sort of tactic to try to get the finish. Just kind of cycling through moves, and now Hayes is on top.
Yeah, looking for elbows.
Hitting with some elbows, hitting with some hammer fists. Bright is unable to stand up at the moment.
He's just struggling to get any power in these shots at the moment. Just peppering, irritating little shots. They might cause a reaction out of Bright that gives Nick Hayes an attack.
2 minutes remaining now in the first.
Yeah. Hayes now looking for a choke, and he might be under the chin. Steve doesn't look. It's a weird position to go for guillotine. He doesn't have the body control, but he does look like he might be under the chin with an arm in. Oh, Bright uses it.
Stands back up, almost all the way, and now he's back on top here. Nick Hayes has got a high elbow guillotine. We've seen this finished by some of the other BST folk.
I felt like that was a real strategic error there from Nick Hayes, going for that guillotine. And was having such success.
I was inverting again on the leg, or trying to at least.
It's so high risk to look for leg locks when you're having ground and pound. Flying knee attempt, elbows by Nick Hayes. Oh, eats the left hook. Does Nick Hayes want to go back to a boxing match? Oh, Bright looks a little bit more fatigued. This is better from Nick Hayes. This is what we need.
I like that Bright's going for the switch on that far side. He needs to get it high and up into the crotch, and he can dump it off. Whoa. Hayes very strong here and on the lower leg. He sits Bright back down again.
Beautiful takedown.
Bright doing all the damage on the feet. Hayes doing well to stifle him with takedowns here and just get his wits back.
We might get a second round, Steve.
That would be nice. A little bit of a change of pace. Hayes maybe a bit overconfident in the pocket there. Bright was capitalizing, but then again, Bright's got to choose to fight the fight where he was winning. Make sure to stand up and use it. Bright looking to elevate with those butterfly hooks, but
yeah, he's doing a good job of controlling the position. He's just not, doesn't seem to be capable of doing much damage. Definitely got to give the round to Bright.
yeah, with 2 knockdowns to his name. Close to finishing twice.
How wobbly does Nick Hayes look on his feet? It looks like he's quite well recovered now. The BST team, very experienced. They've been in the situation before. A little change of strategy. I think they're going to be talking to Nick Hayes about faking, coming with the takedown. He's having real good success, not sitting back for that guillotine, concentrate on staying on top and being patient.
Yep, get on top and stay on top. It's a surefire way to make sure that you're at least winning the positional battles, which he was towards the end points of that round. If I'm in Bright's corner, I'm saying step behind the jab and try to beat him to the right hand, but follow up with the left hook, because Hayes, when he resets, he kind of slams himself back into his stance. And I think that's where we were seeing him get taken apart. He was moving into the punches first off. There's some big changes that need to happen right now in the corner of Nick Hayes. He looks like he's ready to start again.
Bright is going to want to keep this on his feet, and Hayes is going to want that takedown. Now Bright's got worried about the takedown, I think, Steve. Yeah, and there it is straight away. This is intelligent work from Nick Hayes. He's figured out where he can beat Bright, and he's sticking with it. And ground and pound becomes so much more dangerous when you've got these small gloves and you're allowed elbows.
Some good pressure forward here from Nick Hayes. Bright's doing well to climb up to the high guard position. Starts threatening submissions from his back, possibly get Nick Hayes to stand back up or stand away.
Thunderous knees, Nick Hayes. Unusual attack. Bright trying to get an angle.
Hayes redirects him, yeah.
Hayes trying to drive him back into the cage. Hayes wants to keep him on the floor. Bright's done an excellent job of getting back to his feet. Hayes digging for those underhooks.
And Bright going for a takedown of his own here. Trying to wrap up the single leg and maybe drag Hayes away.
Becoming an incredibly close fight now.
Oh, Hayes comes back up top and then sinks down for the double leg.
That's smart.
I haven't seen Bright go back to that switch yet.
Hayes going to look for these leg lace positions where it's what the Sambo guys have become so well known for. Instead of, I think a lot of wrestlers will use their arms to keep the other person on the floor. Well, Sambo guys will tie up their legs and use their legs, freeze up your arms to do ground and pound and set up submissions. Mostly ground and pound.
There we go, you see him reaching for the handcuff behind the back.
Yeah, classic Khabib, the Dagestani handcuff.
Deep breath there from Bright. Nearly halfway in the second round. And it's all been Hayes.
Yeah, brilliant work from Hayes. Mixing up this fight, coming back from the brink of defeat. Referee Alan Jackson, I thought, was close to stopping it at one point. Lucas Lepianka in the corner of Nick Hayes, just breaking down what he wants from this position. Very well respected Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. You can just hear him saying yes, no, yes, no. Really coaching his fighter through what he should be doing. In the 2 minutes in this round. I mean, it's become a little bit of a boring fight now. We're just sitting in guard without a lot happening, but oh, nice elbow. This is brilliant for Nick Hayes. Bright needs to get back to his feet, back to those bombs. Bright looking for an angle, maybe taking an arm.
Yeah, he's way out of position for that. At the moment he's not able to walk, he's not able to move his hips, and he can't get his head away.
Yeah, he's being pressed up against the cage, and usually for submissions, you don't want to be straight on with your opponent. You want angles. You want to be ideally 90 degrees to them. That's where the submissions come. So Nick Hayes just driving Bright into the cage. Just means Bright just doesn't have the movement to take those 90 degrees and throw up submissions. It's brilliant work from Nick Hayes, and that's why you see, instead of trying to pass like you might see in a grappling match, he's just driving his head into the face of Bright.
Coming to the final half a minute here, 30 seconds remain, and again it's all been Nick Hayes just on top, making Bright carry him. Bright's got, now he's gone into kind of a K-guard situation here, but he's not underhooking the leg or looking for anything that can actually help him escape here.
Yeah, all this is going to do is make it a round apiece though. So it's all going to be to play for in round 3.
Just not seeing that finishing inclination from Nick Hayes yet. He's got his head down, he's doing that low, kind of like a stifled low pass. He tries to land the elbows, but Bright is on top.
Oh, nice.
Hit him a couple of times with some hammer fists.
Good hammer fist from the floor.
Hayes looking pretty good, not as shaky as he was.
Yeah. Absolutely brilliant cornering by the BSP crew.
Yeah, it's always going to be top-notch there. And again, like you said, all to play for, a round apiece probably. Going into this third and final round, we might take it all the way. But it does look like Bright is absolutely knackered. He's just got his arms over his cornerman.
Yeah, I wonder if
good massage.
He punched himself out trying to put Nick Hayes away. He was absolutely thunderous with the ground and pound, trying to get referee Alan Jackson to dive in, but the referee was happy with
the amount of replay of the takedowns here.
Beautiful.
You see him getting his hands together, big
cartwheel attempt. Huge takedown. Yeah. Excellent moment.
There we go for the third and final round. Bright shaking it out. Hayes back in his stance.
Will Bryce try and stay on the feet? Use those jabs, use those crosses.
He's just getting backed in, and then Hayes.
Oh, he tried the flying knee.
He did land it though.
How much did it affect Nick Hayes?
Who knows? Not that much. That was cool though, he landed that.
Yeah.
Hayes has got an absolute bucket for a head. He's doing incredibly well to take this damage.
Once again, smart from Hayes. He's got this to the floor in the first 20 seconds in a dominant position, using his legs to keep Bright down. He's going to start peppering shots, and he knows if he does this for the next 5 minutes, he's got this fight won.
I'm very surprised Bright allowed himself to get backed up again like that.
Yeah.
Whereas I think that Bright could have circled either way, made sure that he kept his back to the center of the ring, because then Hayes would have to chase.
Some elbows to the ribs of Bright. Nick Hayes punishing him.
And now there's the underhook again from Bright, but he hasn't been able to make much work out of that. He needs to get up onto his left elbow and then his hand and look to stand up. But it seems like the story of the day is just going to be how well Nick Hayes can, do an impersonation of a blanket.
And it's working. It's not the most exciting fight, especially after that first round. The excitement. Oh, look, he's looking for a finish. A Dusty.
Dar's choking. It was tight there for a moment.
And we know that
that's the danger of that underhook side.
Yeah, Nick Hayes has got some beautiful jiu-jitsu. Coming out of a team with so many fantastic Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belts.
The thing is, he's choosing to stay here rather than to pass at the moment. Interesting.
Yeah, but he's being active enough that I don't think Adam Jackson is too tempted to stand him up. Well, he is taking a very close look.
And the amount of energy Bright's having to waste on those little explosive moves to try to make some space, to try to stand back up, is just wearing him out completely.
Nick Hayes is doing an exceptionally good job of being a blanket.
2.5 minutes gone already, and 2 of those minutes Nick Hayes has been on top.
Well, and he knows if he can stay here, keep peppering the shots for the next 2 minutes, 20 seconds, there's a good chance he's won this fight.
And that must have been the priority they were talking about over there at BSD. He's doing some very good weave passing, some staple passing there.
So the first round, though, was a double knockdown. So I wonder if any of the judges might have scored it a 10-8.
Be hard to with Nick Hayes on top at the end.
Yeah, that's very true.
Showing how much he'd recovered. 3 minutes gone.
We do have Marty Wolf judging, though, so anything's possible.
Yeah, Bright's got to really try to muscle this up with the power of the vegan. You know, those extra greens might be working for him, but no, Bright's almost up wrestler's headlock here from Hayes.
Oh, nearly. Bright's on top, nearly. Oh, so close to reversing the position then.
Yeah, Bright just doesn't have the wrestling pedigree.
I'd like to see Bright just go feet on the hips, just try and make some space, do something. This fight is slipping through his fingers. And he's
Very promising start has just turned into a nightmare.
Very promising
Patrick
start. After that first minute, I could see the team in Bright's corner just so happy with how the fight is going. But since then, Nick Hayes' adjustment to the game plan just shut down Bright. 50 seconds. Will Nick Hayes just stay here, pepper shots for the next 46 seconds? Bright just doesn't seem to have an answer. Doesn't have the skills on the ground to make the space. And Nick Hayes is doing such a good job of not committing. If he tried to pass, there would be space. If he tried to overcommit to the ground and found, it would make space. He's doing just enough, and that is intelligent. 20 seconds. It's going to be our first fight in the pro division to go the distance. 10 seconds. Bright trying everything.
A very cagey performance, I believe, as you could say, from Nick Hayes. But it does the duty, and he dominates about 12 minutes of a 15-minute fight.
I think the problem for Nick Hayes is, you know, a lot of the trauma of that Calcer fight, of being caught with a big shot, of being dropped. Although he won this fight, the problem is still there.
It does remain, and it will be interesting to see how he adjusts and reacts to it in his next professional fight. But now he's 1-1, a very equal record. Patrick Bright's got to go back to the drawing board. There you see him back up. There you see the knee land, but it just doesn't land hard enough. It kind of takes it off of the forehead. Nick Hayes, like I said, has got an absolute helmet. You have to collect the judges' scorecards and go to a decision. Have an interview with the winner when they're crowned.
So after 3 hours of action with the digital scorecards, and all 3 judges have it your winner by unanimous decision. For the fighter in the red corner, Nick Hayes. And please recognize your winner, Patrick Wright.
All right, I'm here with your winner in the lightweight division, an absolute wrestling clinic put on by Nick Hayes. He's the man, the myth, the legend tonight from BSD. Nick, a very similar start to your first fight. What was the main difference there? You took 2 big shots, you were dropped both times. How'd you rally and come back? It was amazing to watch.
Oh fuck, losing again. Fuck it. No, last one I had issue before the camp. I probably shouldn't have fought. It's quite a silly thing to. I'll be honest, man. I got knocked out just before the first fight. I was stupid to fight again that quick. I shouldn't have done it. I would love to have seen that first fight, but if I hadn't and actually got to perform, but that's how things happen.
But you definitely performed tonight. Your wrestling was the difference. It was amazing.
That boy can hit hard. Man, fuck it. Asians are athletic. I'll just speak about my missus. Hey, she's the most athletic girl I've ever met. So I knew he could hit.
Well, I hope you enjoy a bit of that athleticism later. I'm not going to ask you about what's the future because I know you're a bit emotional right now. Go off and enjoy it, Nick. You're the man tonight. Way to go, buddy. Absolutely a pleasure to call that fight. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. We're going to go back to the action cage side. That was Nick Hayes in the lightweight division.